Jesus Christ, is he gone?
He's gone, finally.
Jiggy, 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 jiggy.
Aye! This is the greatest moment of his life.
The Jiggy Jaguar, the Jiggy Jaguar, the Jiggy Jaguar show. The Jiggy Jaguar, the Jiggy Jaguar, the Jiggy Jaguar show. The Jiggy Jaguar, the Jiggy Jaguar, the Jiggy Jaguar show. The Jiggy Jaguar, the Jiggy Jaguar, the Jiggy Jaguar show.
And you're watching freaking Jiggy Jag TV.
Thank you. Good night.
We have had quite the day here in Colorado, and we drove 7 hours from Kansas so we could meet Adrian Paul in person.
Oh my Lord, 7 hours?
Yes.
I'm honored. Thank you so much.
I love having you on the radio show, and I just had to come see you in the flesh and see you do this whole
what do you think?
sword experience.
What do you think? I know you saw half of it, so what was your impression?
Wow. You must run on Tesla batteries or something. I don't know how you're doing this in this heat, brother.
This is not bad. No, this is not bad. I've done it in worse. Yeah, but you know what? It's part of the experience. You're experiencing. It's either heat or but you've got to get. Everyone is different. Every academy is different. Every experience is different. This was great because it was on a mining place. We had a story behind it, and I directed.
Oh, I heard you out there directing. So, what happens now since you guys did video and film? Do you get that edited and then send that to them? How does this?
Yeah, how it works is that we then, because I script it, it's whole scripted. Yeah. So all the lines and all that, and I actually have cue cards, all that, so people that didn't know the lines. We script the whole thing, and then we edit it, we put it together, and we send it to them as a thank you.
Wow.
Yeah.
So with this event, this is a huge successful event. Are you already planning for the next one?
Oh yeah, I've got Baltimore in 2 weeks, and then I've got Hall of Heroes after that, and then I've got
your resort deal.
Yeah, that's the resort. That's going to be one of our retreats, which is going to happen in Cancun, Mexico, and that's a whole 4-day event, which is with cenotes and swimming and turtles and beaches and training, etc. That type of thing.
So one of the things that I have not asked you about on the radio show, and I found this hidden little Adrian Paul gem of a show, Tracker.
Tracker, yes, Tracker. That was
the minute I seen you, and then I saw China. I'm like, oh my God, I have to watch this whole show.
Yeah,
and I literally watched all 22 episodes.
Oh, did you? Oh gosh, yeah. That was back in 2001. We did Tracker. Tracker was it was a Lionsgate production, and it kind of it died because of the syndicated thing died. So that was that's how it went. So unfortunately.
Well, you were executive producer on it.
Yeah, I was executive producer. There are other producers who were actually producing. I was just kind of giving my 2 cents to it. That was basically it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to mold
executive
it,
producer. I was doing that at the time, but there were other producers on it. There's Lionsgate behind it, so there's a lot of big bosses. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So something else with the sword experience, even though you guys were using Bokens, there was an episode of Highlander that I have seen that I know nothing about swordplay, so I'm going to sound like probably an idiot to you, so bear with me, brother. But there's an episode where, and the best thing I can compare it to is heel Duncan and face Duncan. And bad guy Duncan, good guy.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about heel like a dog heel.
No, I was using pro wrestling terminology.
Oh, I see, okay.
And what is the difference as far as the sword play between the medieval type sword and going against a katana? Is it the weight? Is it?
Yeah, I mean, a medieval sword is much heavier than a katana, and if you're swinging one of those swords, it's A katana can withstand it. I mean, that's why it's folded so many times. The actual ore in China wasn't, in Japan wasn't as good, so they had to keep folding it to make it stronger. The European steel was better, and you have, you know, your Excalibur type swords and the claymores and all those. They were the stronger steel. So again, it really depends on speed against strength. That's what it is.
Because when I was watching that, and obviously you probably had a stunt double that, or maybe they shot
Stunt
you
what?
and then...
Stunt what?
I knew I was going to get in trouble.
Stunt
I always
double.
get in trouble with
There's
you.
no stunt double. Actually, I mean, now there would be, but back then I was an idiot. I was like, I got all the bruises and the cuts to prove it. So yeah, but
So, you know, having so it basically comes down to the weight.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, and what you do with it, because you can't. A 6-foot German sword was basically used just for cutting the legs of the horse and decapitating the rider as he fell forward. Whereas all this stuff is, you know, other weighted swords had different type of techniques.
Now, I have done a little bit of eskrima, with the eskrima sticks, and we're always taught to go, you know, to the throat and down. Is that a sword movement?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. The eskrima sticks tend to have more of a punching attitude, whereas sword has a rolling. You've got to move the sword so that the tip moves. Whereas punching these, you're really doing sticks, you know.
Yeah.
Eskrima has this type of motion to it. So it's more about sticks and blocks. But the angulations are the same. Any sword actually has the same type of angles that you want to cut, right? So you're cutting those angles. So whether you're a HEMA instructor, whether you're a martial artist, a cosplayer, choreographer, whatever, you still have to go for those angles and those targets that get you the points or keep your partner.
See, I've always heard, like, when the Viet Cong were going in, they had the big machetes, and they would go back and forth, and I always thought, okay, so
That's chopping. You're chopping.
sword plays.
It's slightly different. It's like an axe.
Targets?
You know. No, yes, absolutely, same targets. I mean, if I want to cut you, if I want to get rid of you, I'm going to look for the arteries here in your arms. It's not necessarily going for the head. Somebody's coming down. I want to cut down and break and take the hand off, which loses the weapon that is. So now I'm going to do this. I'm going to now say goodbye because we've got to get out of here. I've got somebody standing behind the camera because I've overrun it, and now if I don't do that, I'm going to get in trouble. I know you come from Kansas, but there you go. This is Adrian Paul signing off.